guess Sentinels can't use that Star-Lord, but Terra could absolutely flex to that if they need.
Yeah, you know, I've been seeing more and more of this kind of magic Doctor Strange. Obviously, we know how good that team up is. Got nerfed in 4.5 from
Immediately afterwards, I'm wondering here if they're going to try to go for that portal play.
Yeah, teasing it a little bit now. As the teams hop in, they are going to bring the aggression, though, and look at them locked in. Nectar's just going to be charging through right off the rip. Team up, dash, slash. Oh, they found a straggler behind a little bit. Maybe they're going to be cutting him off. Nope. Okay, I like what they're trying to pull up together here now. Trying to find the perfect vantage point. Crimzo, they're like, come on, let's get to this thing. Nectar waiting patiently, ready for the prey there as they now rotate to point.
This is instilling fear. It's living rent-free in their heads sometimes as they look right behind them. Sentinels now making their way already on that point as Terra's taking to that sky, going to be able to utilize that middle console to get out of line of sight. But with Renko being the first one to go, the patience pays off here for Terra, but Crimzo next follows up.
Yeah, pick band-wise, definitely get the favor here to Sentinels and just how they have their plan of victory. Both having Adam and Jeff is such a deadly duo in Domination. We've seen this so many times, Vicky, and so getting it through. But Terra does get access to the Human Torch. That slipped through the cracks of the band. They said they were okay with it. And look, they're paying the price. Flame on, game on. Terra's ready to go.
Maybe, if anything, 100 Thieves paying the price. But although Terra's up in the skies, Crimzo's having his own standalone show out here. He took out both strategists, gets a follow-up pick right afterwards. And now Sentinels do get to flip the point despite Terra still being alive.
Yeah, they continue to have this point. Tick, tick. Avery went down twice immediately. Terra is just feasting on the prey. It's so fun to watch this guy now. 87 in climbing shirt is about to be burned off here as Nectar might have to switch because that could be a tough time dealing with that. Delenaa in the skies as well. The deadly duo taking it in the air.
Oh, man, the freeze and then the follow-up, too, from Malenia right there, too, to take out aramori even bigger as now 100 Thieves. They flipped the script just as quickly.
Yeah, they don't have much to handle what's in the air, right? I mean, you would have to have Avery go perfect mode there. Teki on the... I don't love this team up or what they have here comp-wise, but, you know, they are close to some of their ults. Maybe they're going to look to get that off. renko, 99 and climbing. But, man, this is going to be tough here. Supernova, the pressure maker, the space pusher here, throwing it into the halls of Wakanda. They're going to need an absolute repair job as the walls go down, and he forces the split of the team.
I love it, creating so much of this space too, but if anything, Sentinels are just going to try to wait from the back line. You don't want to get isolated though when Terra's up in the sky, especially when you're trying to stay alive as Invisible Woman. It's a scary look while Vinnie and Malenia get to take out that split from the team of Sentinels that try to wrap around from behind Terra. Invisible Boundary though from aramori is going to try to keep Sentinels alive. Meteor M now coming up from TTK to try to find that mark before slamming down on the Venom just to deal that extra damage.
Yeah, I don't know if I loved that invisible boundary there, right? Because that battle was already lost. And it just kind of kept it sustained at that point. You know, it's a tough call at all levels of play, but would have liked that one back most likely if I'm the Sentinels here. Now TTK is going to look to climb that ult back up. Terra's already close to the supernova once again, and 100 Thieves have everything and looking dominant here.
Showcases how much damage output 2 Terra is putting in, while TTK takes a good amount of damage himself. Sentinels have 4 of these ultimates ready to go, and it's going to be Teki going in for the reset after calling in the armor off the Venom. It's a nice dance off though from Malenia just to keep the rest of the team alive and healed up with the fate of both worlds. With Sentinels now just trying to struggle to find their footing back on this point, although 100 Thieves lose out on Harvey. Huge first pick because they won't have that invisible boundary to keep themselves alive. If anything, they have Vinnie for that, as well as Delenaa, who can have that extermination to keep 100 Thieves in, but Delenaa goes out before even pulling the trigger.
Yeah, honestly, didn't love that 100 Thieves getting the ults off when needed there. I mean, they had the confidence of... Oh, someone's going to get on the point here. They had the confidence there of just getting the job done without it, and unfortunately, Sentinels, we're going to be taking that back from them. I mean, it feels like in sports you have divisional matchups where one team just always looks better than the other, and 100 Thieves just typically have their number, Vicky, no matter the talent level on each team at this point. But right now, Sentinels have plenty of ults to fight back what is going to be Terra and Delenaa. Extermination coming from both of them.
100 Thieves already at 99% too, and they also have those 3 ultimates ready to go with Harvey having that sustainability after going out first in that previous fight. Here comes that Supernova, though, to try to force out maybe an ultimate here from Sentinels. They have to call Avery, who still has that passive available, and aramori falling incredibly low while she was so close to having that invisible boundary. She goes out, but this is where Avery shines as the MVP. Brings everybody up back together, and with renko trying to cause chaos, you have the Jeff ultimate. The slam down to try to shut this down, though, can help them out, as now 100 Thieves shut down the Jeff. They get their strategist right back in. Malenia going out still allows Harvey to have the invisible boundary.
Perfect peel there from delenaa, making sure that they got their strategist back in this thing. They needed to win it now. delenaa up on the skies, trying to get something rolling there with Terra. Once again, Terra with the melee, the swift, the dive, but it's Crimzo on top. 86% in climbing. The Eye of Agamotto opens, and he gets the hit, and he pays the ultimate price. Nectar with a great follow-up now. 99-92. Teams falling behind. Crimzo is looking to play his A game as Nectar tries to find his prey. It's Malenia trying to escape at this point. Can't find the exit, but does. 99-99, Vic.
And teki had gotten the tether too onto the Invisiwoman. Overtime taking away, and Sentinels with Nectar to follow up. Clear out that first round.
What a masterclass of comeback there. I mean, that was all 100 Thieves. We've said this before. It's like one team played better there, but no one got the win. We were doing a little fun tournament, and I asked him about his 100 Thieves team, and they're blown away with the talent they have on their roster. TTK summons the magic. Team jumps in right to the point.
Love being able to enjoy watching some of those third-party events here too, and really highlight the talent we have in our competitive Marvel scene as well. With Sentinels coming out, they have that Venom ultimate ready, Feast of the Abyss, just so that way you can put in some better pressure here, but no fall potential as Terra is still harassing him from the skies.
I would say, actually, I like where both teams land ult-wise. Malenia has plenty of sustain. They are going to use it to try to get that upper edge now. Teki getting dangerously close, but right back up. Crimzo now down to one, down and out of the fight. TTK to follow, and at this point, same song, same dance. We're going to have Sentinels kind of charge up their ults, but 100 Thieves takes the point.
We love playing on the seesaw here when it comes to these early versions of Domination, and even with that Phoenix reset, it's going to be a huge stagger in favor for 100 Thieves.
Wow. Wow. Shocked about it, but same result. TTK does have the Agamotto to use. Terra with the finish and flush as well. I mean, heck, until it's won, you know, either of these teams can bounce back, so not too concerned about the early point cap between this matchup. But going into it, Avery's got his ult. Aramori can get the sustain up, but they're going to need every bit of it, Vicky, with Terra now throwing down the fire.
It's gonna get hot in here. Let me check out the fire department's KD ratio with the way that Terra just harassing them from inside the side room here. A lot of pressure, but mostly space just to allow Sentinels to move up. Thankfully, Sentinels did not use up any of the utility just so that way they can try to counter-rotate this. They have some time as the silent seduction now comes out from Crimzo.
Yeah, Crimzo now trying to get all eyes on him here, and it's going to be a perfect invisible boundary from Aramori. Nice job keeping up her husband in the point and on, and now as Terra does take down Avery, and that's going to continue to slow this team down. You say it's getting hot in here. He continues to take off his clothes and gets those supernovas for the pressure. Dives in, pushes out. Avery, though, does get the pass to bring him back.
When I heard you said Terra, I was like, man, scary Terra, I guess, matches up together with the way that Terra is. But Terra now floating in the skies, and they lost out on delenaa and TTK with two ultimates that could have changed a lot in helping out that survivability. Vinnie now with that freedom charge, though, having to try to stagger up on the point with Sentinels, and renko having that gobble up and another stagger here as they get the Invisiwoman out of here.
Continues to find hxrvey with the hose and doesn't get the first one, does succeed on the second. And funny enough, this is nearly where it was at last time on the flip, so confident in moving forward. They have what they need defensively too. When you have the Avery ult, you're probably feeling pretty comfortable. Nectar, teki can combine this thing as well, Vicky, so I'd like the 100 Thieves placement and positioning. I think you do kind of ride this high ground.
I'm trying to contest it though, but Sentinels are trying to meet them up here over by this choke, and they still have to try to isolate Avery as two different members of Sentinels are holding two different off angles here. It's going to be teki and Nectar together. Teki getting hit a good amount here, feeling pressured out to drop down, and now delenaa with the extermination can hold it down as he gets eliminated by Nectar. Lovely follow-up as teki also tries to slam down that Meteor M, but delenaa has gone down now twice with that extermination.
I just have no idea her Nectar's alive. I watched that health bar go to 0 million times. Now that Terra, hxrvey go down once again. Sentinels don't get the first lap, but the last one follows as Crimzo now pushes forward, and now it's aggro mode as they're pushing in here, Vic.
It's just the fact that they didn't even have to utilize much too in that, right? They still held their ground, they held their defense, and now they're about to overtake 100 Thieves on the progress of this point, and they have so much to answer back with.
Gotta love choreographed carnage now. renko trying to push in, getting that ever so poke damage to get that ult ready. Will it be hxrvey paying the price yet again? delenaa, TTK can respond, but right now time is ticking, and just like that, Sentinels, they find themselves on top. Malenia is trying to get that ult going, but hxrvey is gonna be the one that has to keep this team alive. Watch for renko though, swallowing it up.
Well, that invisible boundary is going to come clutch, though, and renko's going to want to try to combat that as we finally see the extermination now come out from delenaa, splitting up the attention as Terra was on Nectar. Lovely followed together with the damage output, but now with the Born Again coming in from Avery, they did not call out the Adam Warlock, who is in the back. They bring Nectar right back around, and they can get a lot more aggressive without Crimzo and the Sonic Seduction forcing 100 Thieves to back away, but with overtime ticking away, they can't get off this point.
Watch for the Groot ult here. Vinnie's clutch at landing these. Throws down the wall. Continues the pressure, but it's going to be Crimzo in his face. Has no separation. TTK throwing 1,000 pounds of metal right onto Avery. The passive comes back. He's into the fight and the fray. 68% though. Thieves does have the point, and this is going to be a tough ult to finish up with. Yeah, getting out, trying to do what they can now. Just trying to keep their team in it. And smart choice there. I mean, renko would have been deleted from the map.
Yeah, right. That's why renko saw the situation. Once hxrvey double jumped and turned invisible, there was no reason to try to overextend in that equation here, because now with 100 Thieves, they're slowly reaching that 99%, so the re-engagement has to become quick from Sentinels.
Look at what 100 Thieves has. The imprisonment into... Oh, what? Huh? Did I just see? Was it the push-off? Did we not see a push-off? I don't think so, because it was used there on Vinnie. What just happened to 100 Thieves? You can't 100 choke this as Avery goes. What just happened, Vin?
I think there was a DC. I'm not too sure if the icon is correct here, because Malenia had that ultimate. I guess we're going to have to find out. But that is just doom.
Oh.
No.
Oh, no.
Hey, no. At the worst time? Are you kidding me?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, you hate to see it. Speechless.
Okay, but on the I'm gonna say on the other side though, we absolutely take those. I'm sorry, but like you know, at the end of the day, there is money on the line. That is very unfortunate, but that was just really bad timing, especially when you had that ultimate.
Yeah, I honestly hate to see it, especially with it being that close, and we know that was gonna be an absolute fight to the finish. But just like that, it will be Sentinels who end up taking the first map from them, and clearly 100 Thieves knew that they had it right there in the bag. Terra, 15 eliminations, not going to be enough for this team. And, oh, man, if you're a 100 Thieves fan, absolutely soul-crushing, but it can be made up right after it now.
Terra, we've seen so many times the Bucky reset potential if we do end up seeing a Loki coming out from Sentinels.
Yeah, and Vinnie, you know, wasn't completely a difference maker on that last map, and I know what that man can do in the hands of Vanguard. And so what I think most likely is he's going to come back to form here. Always seems to here, especially on the first choke point where Groot is just massive for the team. But looking at what they have now,
team here, and with the way that Sentinels just playing a little bit back, Crimzo being on that Captain America, it's all about stalling out on the point, which could get dicey if you're trying to fixate your prioritization on building up space.
Who needs the old, you know, the old strategy of going the aggression for triple Vanguard, triple strategist? They are going to, in fact, roll the lineup, but they're going to back up because of that. Terra is going to hunt for his prey. Now, Rocky does allow her to come right back into the fold, and Venom is just struggling for life. Out of here, too. It is 100 Thieves finding their prey fast, Vic. My gosh, what an opening.
Yeah, you literally have both Crimzo and Teki just jumping around on the point to stall as long as possible, but that leaves out your strategist slightly vulnerable there, as aramori had used up that BRB from Avery being on that rocket. 100 Thieves, though, have put down a good amount of that damage to try to clear out that next corner, but even better for Sentinels to reposition, backing away to recontest.
Crimzo doing a good job. Yeah, keep it. I mean, he did get eliminated there, but he kept that point exactly where it was, allowing everyone to get back to point here. They don't want to stagger too much now. Teki doing a good job. Haven't seen a lot of Teki on Venom, so cool to see that put together. But aramori going, the couple falling one by one. Nectar now gonna go down on Magneto, and this is all 100 Thieves as Crimzo has to set the portal for the last fight to not make this an absolute, as you would put it, mollywop on point one.
One of my favorite words, but even bigger to see the readjustments, a counter from Vinnie going over to the thing the moment he sees the Captain America and Teki being on that Venom. And as the recontest comes out, 100 Thieves have so much in the bank as renko with the Jeff ultimate gets a take-in thing. They try to isolate renko. They try to take him out even with the Phoenix ultimate, but you can't catch what you can't hit as he sends down Vinnie.
Barely survives that great job. He did have to ultimately sacrifice himself, but that's what the luxury is of having three strategists. Terra, though, absolute al caliente, getting 1, 2 with the follow-up of delenaa, making 3 with the quick spark ignite into second point.
Okay, I see you, Cozy, practicing the Spanish out here, and you know what? 100 Thieves, you know, A for effort. But with the double fires that we're seeing between delenaa and Terra, they're putting the word ignite into ignite thus far, making that comeback here as Sentinels also coming out with some adjustments.
I gotta see in Spanish, to be honest. But anyway, we got TTK ready with the Agamotto, ready to set up this team for success. Supernova, damage up, boosted up. Again, as you said, it's getting hot in here. Torch is gonna take off his clothes, shirts off, game on. Nectar going, shooting. Good mag bubble, keeping them alive, but not enough as they're gonna be protected there by Malenia and the Great Mantis time to...
Oh man, now backing away here too. TTK does have the Eye of Agamotto that could go big here with the way that 100 Thieves are also playing split up at the same time. Sentinels now with Nectar flying around like a bug around Terra, who's just trying to swat him. Vinnie brings everyone together though. The follow-up too as delenaa finds Nectar, finds Teki. It's going to be a shish kebab as 100 Thieves have literally not been stopped thus far on this cart.
Looking exactly where we left him. This is going to be the difference, though. Can Sentinels contest this point? We know 100 Thieves is going to do so on their side. They don't have a portal to do it. Group wall is going to come up. No, they can't. It's going to be 0.3. Unless someone can get to this point. It's Teki trying to get there as cap. 3.37 does make it in. Huge stall there. They need that as Avery's going to activate ahead of time. But delenaa deletes Teki. Teki coming back into the fight. Ashanti's power is out. But it's going to be instead Terra showing off as Avery brings it back.
That's why they wanted to protect that Aramori here. They brought everyone back, but a beautiful ultimate save to counter the Jeff ult, shutting down Renko, shutting down any Jeff shenanigans here too. Survivability on board with hxrvey having that invisible boundary. It's another wipe despite Sentinels utilizing the res.
I mean, it's a telepathic takeover right now. delenaa is just on his A game right now. He was Ultron last match. This Jean Grey fitting a lot better to his pure aim god playstyle that we know him from, right? Was that Hella player. Now Jean, it's going to go back to Hella next season. But right now, it's all Phoenix.
Enjoy it while you can. I'll enjoy watching the fall down though, but we get to see 100 Thieves capitalize off of it for now. Supernova ready to go, but dealing so much of that damage off the fire on the floor alone. As aramori also has that invisible boundary. You may want to hold it for the Supernova.
Supernova out, damage boost up, just so much consistent pressure here, but great job there getting the invisible boundary up. Nectar needs to land this perfectly now as Avery getting ever so close once again to the resurrection. 3 minutes left. If they allow Thieves to get this point cap with even 2, victory is going to be near impossible. Terra continuing to do what he does best. Avery out of this thing. Nectar, no connection. This is looking doomed for Sentinels.
Agamotto only lands on Nectar, and the follow-up comes out right after landing it here. Tries to send out that Meteor M, but at the moment, 100 Thieves, despite seeing all these ultimates sent down with Renko getting the God of Mischief, putting down the invisible boundary, they're still finding these trades here. They're still finding more of the numbers in favor for 100 Thieves.
Aramori at least getting some good pick there on Terra. Crimzo going down, does get the ult out, it looks like, but there's no follow-up with it. Not even sure that ult went for the cam that we did get there. Avery does born again, 1.67 though. They've got to stay on point. Everyone coming back to it. Resets happening. delenaa folding up, going up, getting that high ground advantage and finding the resurrection. Marvel Zombie shut down. He found the way as Terra gets Crimzo out, but the invisible boundary's up to keep the sustain.
At least they don't have to deal with the Queen of Death herself here in this equation. TTK has the gun, rather the ultimate, to send out 2. Gets out 2 with the Agamotto, and the follow-up between Terra coming back is the chef's kiss to just completely speedrun that attack.
Sentinels just looked all out of sorts there, and 100 Thieves just, again, this is their map. We've seen it over and over.
Here for 100 Thieves.
I mean, yeah, that's the show. You got rid of Venom, but okay. You have Terra, the skill level that he shows. But even that, he's going to now have the damage boost to follow. That's some scary stuff up in the sky. As you're going to have to see a perfect, absolute perfect play if we're not going to get a 1-1. But with these two teams, it always goes the distance.
I'm looking at the stats alone. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding? 100 Thieves with Terra having 16k already. Looking on the other side, right? The struggle bus when it comes to the way that Nectar and Avery were just trying to find their own individual picks. aramori saving that invisible boundary just to counteract that of the Supernova sometimes, but could work out way better in favor for 100 Thieves just to force out an important ultimate to survive.
Again, I've said it before. I love when 100 Thieves gets pissed off because they just play so locked in when angry. You almost want that effort out of them each and every matchup, but they've got it now. And yeah, here we go. The triple Vanguard up and ready. Terra on the Strange. He does rotate when needed, even though he's scary on the Duelist. I mean, you know, I don't think it gets much worse than the hold that Sentinels had on a triple Vanguard up front, so they can look to get a lot done early. And on the other side, Avery damage boosting, but we're going to have Nectar really put on a show.
And get to come right back around with that rocket BRB. Avery taking so much of that damage, though, thanks to that group. Vinnie putting in the work with these group walls and the follow-up, too, just to have it help. Sentinels now having to back away just for right now, but Crimzo trying to replicate that being on the group.
Absolutely here now as they continue to throw down the walls. Vinnie just plays this hero to such perfection. Crimzo does have the imprisonment, though, to match. Quick ult there, and look to see if they go aggressive with it. It's going to be rocket out. It's going to be TTK with the magic stun. And look at what the value, but great ult there from aramori. But, I mean, in the spawn, the disrespect.
The fact that Terra just jumped right over their heads and uses the Eye of Agamotto to find 3 right afterwards, but then the Risa Spain in their face as Sentinels are looking to contest here with the Eternal Bond. Teki moves all the way up, finds Terra in this too. The invisible boundary now from the other side as they try to isolate the Eternal Bond from the other side of Renko. Meteor M now comes all the way up before slamming down, dealing just enough of that damage to control some of that space.
Yeah, and even though Terra was the first to go, as Dr. Strange, you're going to have to measure, right? Do I walk back or not? He's going to go with the flight option and play Angela.
No.
Nectar doing exactly what's asked of him. And now with the switch off onto Angela, no portal back. You're going to obviously have TTK swap into that position here, most likely. Terra finally getting back, just to get eliminated there. Nectar continuing this train up. Still has the ult, Vicky, but it's going to have to use it right here.
And to go on the speed run taxi real quick just to get right back together with the rest of his team. But they'll be able to recontest here with the Doctor Strange portal as they try to get set up. And look at the counter portal that we're currently seeing.
It was a little late. I think it's a little late there, unfortunately. Yeah, that was not... I liked it. I liked the thought there, but it happened as the team made it through already now. And keep in mind, that could come back to haunt them if they don't have a way to get back quickly, although close to spawn. Terra wants to get up in the skies. It's Vinnie, though, throwing down the imprisonment. Does he get the follow-up? No, he's forced to rotate back. The nice push-off there from aramori, and the response from Crimzo with the ult himself.
Oh, but another Waters to meet him, though, at the same time, just to try to block him off. Great survivability coming out from the line of Sentinels on aramori having that invisible boundary. Now the Supernova comes out from Terra, and the contest with the rocket BRB allows Vinnie to come right back around. Terra now finding Crimzo, and Avery falls incredibly low, but with Renko having the Eternal Bond, they try to keep themselves in, but it's slightly too late as Avery gets isolated off the right side. Ooh.
And the tree goes down. What an Agamotto there. TTK getting Renko out of this thing as well. And my goodness, Charmander going on Bulbasaur. We've seen it as a, Tails all this time there. Fire beats down Crimzo the grass. And now they reset Avery. It's going to get close to that Omega Hurricane. They might be able to force Malenia to ult early, and then Nectar can clean up the scraps.
Good isolation, though, because it was Renko who was in the middle of trying to utilize that Eternal Bond at the very end there, too. So now they don't have the Eternal Bond. They're going to have to rely on that invisible boundary instead from aramori. And now Nectar and Teki could follow up. Avery forcing out. An ultimate here from Malenia would go crazy to allow Nectar to open things up for the rest of this team. Now that it's used up, they won't really have anything to protect themselves, and only finding delenaa in the Eye of Agamotto. Vinnie brings everybody else together just to try to get a follow-up. And now with Nectar and Renko going down, Sentinels, they did have that survivability, but they couldn't pull the trigger fast enough with Malenia getting that pullback.
I don't know if I loved having the Agamotto into the boundary. I don't know if that was on my bingo card, but either way, look at Terra. Look at Terra just hunting his prey. He's like, come on, come out here. Oh, nice little Nectar ball to take him down early. Okay, we saw a little cockiness come back to haunt him here. Now TTK's got to back out. Terra's going to look for a quick elimination, but Nectar right on it now. Nectar also has that Kraken impact. That could have at least paid the price of tad for this team, as now we have Sentinels forced to put the invisible boundary up early.
Sibling on sibling violence right there with a pullback, and the bottom shut him down to ground him. The Eye of Agamotto's only find Nectar here, but that could have been huge because Nectar had tried to pull the trigger on that Bucky ultimate overtime, taking away with Terra having Supernova now.
He glides through the air, TTK, so perfectly. It's insane. TTK putting this on his back with TTK now getting Crimzo out, making Teki. TTK and the Terra won't be stopped as 100 Thieves make it 1-1.
I don't know how TTK always does it, but this is the TTK playground, and he loves this map for a reason here, and you could see it on display.
Dude, he's got an ability I don't get as strange. I mean, the way he's able to glide with that Agamotto in the sky is so insane, and way to... I won't say bail Terra out because of what he, does for the team there, but the early pick is certainly, I mean, Nectar had the reset, and so that was going to be all. That was going to be it there, and TTK was able to locate the threat and get it out of there. Terra, as always, man, 16 eliminations, 30K, insane.